Just like so. Mine is 34, as you can see, 34, and I will be also measuring around my waist, which is 27, as you can see, and that's all for the measurement. My fabric just like so. Open it. Remember I said you're going to multiply your chest measurement by 2. So mine was 34 multiplied by 2 is going to give me 64. That's for the elastic, because if you just take the exact measurement, it's going to be a little bit too tight. So you need to add at least multiply it by 2, or you just go ahead and add 10 centimeter into it. But I want mine to be really puffy, that is why I'm multiplying it by 2. So the second measurement, we're going to just mark from the top part 15 measurement. Remember it was 15 because we added 1 centimeter for the seams allowance. So here I got my 15. I'm just going to draw a line. I'm also going to do the same thing right here, 15, and I'm just going to use my ruler right now, connect the line straight downward. Okay, now we are done connecting the line. Let's just go ahead and cut that up. We are done. Let's just trim this rough edges right here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and measure my fabric. If it is, yeah, it's almost the same. Okay, now that we are done cutting, we're going to move over to the sewing machine. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold 1 centimeter in and 1 in, and we'll stitch that up and do the same thing with the top part so that it will be, we have a nice finished look. Okay, remember 1 in, 1 in, just 1 centimeter, not more than that. Why are we folding the side seam? Because I don't have a surgery machine. If you have a surgery machine, no need for you to do this. Back when you're starting. So when you're done stitching, this is what it looks like. So you see no raw edges right here. So we're going to do the same thing with the other side, and I come back and show you how to put the top together. So as you can see, I went ahead and hemmed all the 4 edges, so you have nice and neat bust. So now you're also going to measure around your chest. Remember, around my chest was 34, so you're going to be cutting your elastic 34, the exact measurement of your chest. Remember not to double the elastic, just cut only 34, okay? And for the downer part, you cut 27. For the waist part, I'm just going to measure 34. 34 here, and I cut that up. I'm going to cut the second one of 27. That's for my waist. You can use elastic, depends on the size you want. If you want, you could just go ahead by 1 centimeter of elastic, or you buy 2 centimeter. It depends on you how big you want your elastic to be. For me, I'll be using this tiny elastic. So remember now, this is what we're going to do. You're just going to measure from your top part, like so. You're going to measure like 2 centimeter upward. Let's see. Let me show you this way. Like so. You measure from here, from where you've sewed this folded edges. You're going to measure like 1.5 centimeter. This is where our elastic is going to be. You make sure you measure it all the way around. We're done doing that. We're going to place elastic there, okay? We're just making this so that we won't make any mistake. We should just follow that line of elastic, okay? So I'm going to draw this line straight downward. Same thing to the end of the. So go ahead, follow it while drawing it straight. Doing the same thing this way, you will just place your elastic on top of that line and you sew straight. This is it. This is my top part, and I'll go ahead and measure the downer part just 1 centimeter. Just like so. We do the same thing, drawing the line straight, so you just place the elastic on top and you stitch that up, okay? So as you can see, this is the line with the yellow chalk that we drew. What you're going to do right now is you're going to take your elastic, put it on top. As you sew, you pull this over so that it's going to gather just like so. As you can see, just like so, you pull the elastic. As you sew and go, pulling the elastic so your top is going to gather. Okay? So here is what you're going to do. One of us take our elastic, put it here. I'll put a pin, just like so, at this edge, to hold it up. We're going to place it, and you'll be sewing this with a zigzag stitch. I'm posting my machine at a zigzag stitch. As I sew and go, first of all, I'll start and zigzag. See, as I'm sewing and going, you make sure if you don't pull the elastic, it's not going to give you that zigzag pleat. So you need to pull your elastic together. Make sure you're sewing on the line. them. So now I'm going to make sure you always sew this with a zigzag stitch, because if you sew it with a straight stitch, by the time you put it on your body, the thread is going to just lift up as soon as you feel. I don't know. I'm going to pull that up. I lift it up and I cut the thread. And machine behind. This is what it looked like. You can see. It's what it looked like, guys. So we're just going. I'm going to go ahead, stitch the downer part, then we attach everything together. It's really nice stuff. Okay. You see, very good. So let me just go ahead and stitch the other side, and I come back and show you guys. So guys, as you can see, we are almost done. So I went ahead and I stitched the other part away. And see, we're done now. What we're going to do is just going to put it together, just like so. We're going to stitch that. Okay, so we'll stitch it up, and we are done. Okay. Making sure you put these 2 points together, the elastic together. And start west back stitch when you start. When we are done, so cut the thread now. We are done, guys. So let me just go and put it on and show you guys the final. So guys, here's the final look of the top. It's so cute, super, really simple making, simple, easy summer look. As you can see, you could either choose to wear it this way, like so it goes. I really love it. I will just pull it down this way. This is really, really good to put on with jean, trouser, anything. So I hope that you guys love it. Please do not forget to give me a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and see you on my next project. Bye.